This is the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversations podcast. I am your host, Dakota Grady, sponsored by Upstate Essential Solutions. If you're struggling with your finances and it's Christmas season, right? There's hope for you. I want you to contact me today if you're living check to check or if you're behind on your bills. And if you need help with managing your finances, contact me at dakotagrady.com, which is my website. And if you are a transportation entrepreneur, a mint spot owner, or an esthetician entrepreneur, and you need help with accounting and taxes for your business, I'm your guy as well. Contact me today for a consultation for $100, which includes me understanding your situation. Also, me presenting the solutions to you. And lastly, a Q&A session to answer all your questions so that you can get clarity and know that I am the right person for you and your business. Contact me at dakotagrady.com. Hey y'all, welcome to the show. This is the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversations podcast. I want to come on here tonight and just give y'all some insight about marriage. So I've been married for over 15 years to my lovely wife, Dakota Grady, and she is a joy to be with. She's not perfect, but she is the right person for me. In fact, she's one reason why I do what I do when it comes to personal finances and my accounting and tax business. So I asked her, what are 5 things that she thinks every woman wants from a man? And she reluctantly first didn't respond. She said she didn't know. But then I encouraged her to give me 5 things that she believes that every woman wants from a man. And y'all, I want to bring y'all these tips today so that you can spark a fire in your marriage if you're married, or if you're dating and you want to be married for the long haul. Take these notes, apply them to your life, and your marriage will soar beyond all measure, and your relationship with your significant other, if you aren't married, will become one that you'll want to take to the next level. So here it goes, y'all. So I said, what are 5 things that everyone wants from a man? She said that a woman wants a man who has a work ethic. She wants a man who's going to work, whether he has a business or he has a job, to take care of her and her family. In fact, for me, I've struggled with keeping jobs. I lost 4 jobs in between 2013 and 2020, actually. It's 7 years roughly. But I had difficulty keeping jobs because, one, in my field of profession, accounting, people want things done fast. And in fact, one time I was working for a company in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was an auditor. I was told to go look at prior year work papers, basically to see how the last audit was performed. So when I went back to that last year's audit for that particular work paper, it wasn't there. So I thought to myself, all right, so if this audit is done and we did the same thing in the prior year, where is the work paper? Well, it wasn't there. That means they didn't do it. However, they wanted people to do things quickly, but how can I get something done if there wasn't a guideline on how to do it? Secondly, I lost jobs because I don't like talking about gossip. The places I worked for, the companies I worked for, were toxic in terms of the work environment. The culture wasn't friendly. It was just a nasty environment. When I stood up for myself and talked and was basically wanting to address the messiness in the workplace, I was shunned. And in fact, one time I brought an issue to the owner of the company. It was a small company, or maybe like 4 or 5 of us working there. I addressed the issue with the owner, who was the person in command, about my coworker. I brought it to her attention because I thought she would be the one who would do something about it because she had authority to correct the issue. But my coworker had been there longer than me, so she had more, she had more clout than me, per se. So my little cry for help it just went to the wayside. So I got upset and lost my temper, which wasn't good, but I wanted some change. I wanted to be treated fairly, but I wasn't. So I lost my job, but during that time, I was learning skills to eventually start my own business. So my last job, I lost it during the pandemic, March 2020. I went to work that morning and I got there. Normally, one of the owners says hello. When he got to work that morning, he didn't say anything. He went to the office and closed the door. So that was weird to me. Normally he would say hello. So I kept going about my day, and later on I went downstairs to find some documents. I inquired about it, and people were just like ignoring me. It was kind of weird. Later that day, the owner, who didn't say anything to me that morning, and my supervisor came into the office and gave me my walking papers. They fired me. I guess because maybe I was too slow, quote unquote slow, one, and two, they wanted me to complete this program. One of the owners wanted me to complete this program. I was studying for it, but I was failing the practice test, so I wasn't ready to take the full test. But I was making a joke of it, I guess, and she didn't like that. So in my opinion, I got fired because of that reason. For those two reasons, I was too slow and I'm using the word slowly in quotes, and I wasn't ready to take the exam, which the company paid for. And I guess she thought I took it lightly, which I didn't take it lightly. However, I lost my job, but that gave me the push I needed to start my own business. So the next month, my wife encouraged me to start my business, and I did. So fast forward 3 years later, I'm still working with clients of my own, having my own business, doing the same thing I was doing for others, but now I'm doing it for myself and my clients, not someone else's clients. So having a work ethic is important. Secondly, family-oriented. My wife, she wanted to be a mom, and because I struggled with keeping jobs, I didn't want to have children. It's not like I didn't want children. I just wanted to be able to take care of my family and not be a deadbeat dad. So my wife, she wanted a child, so we eventually had our first daughter, and I love my kid, and I thought we were one and done. I thought we were just going to have one child. Well, fast forward 7 years later, my wife told me she was pregnant again. I was distraught because although I'm very family-oriented, again, I struggle with the fact that I was struggling with keeping jobs in the past. Although I was making money in my business, I just still had that same mentality. I was just afraid. But we now have 2 children, and I am a family man. I love my wife and my daughters, and I care for them. I want to be there more than I am now, but I do value my family. So my wife likes a family-oriented husband and a man who has a work ethic, which will take care of her and our children. She also said she wanted somebody who would spend time with her. Not just time, but quality time with her, such as taking her out to eat, going out to events. My wife and I, we like to go downtown Greenville, which is a great space, a great place, a great city. If you haven't visited, you should put it on your bucket list to visit, because it's a great city for entertainment, dining, it's just a whole atmosphere is just awesome. But my wife, she likes to go out, she likes to travel, dine out. So we don't do that as often, but when I do, I like to make sure it's something that we both enjoy. And now, we both enjoy, which we do. We may go out to a jazz club every now and again. We go out to eat and go travel sometimes as well. But she wants somebody to give her quality time and to just spend time with her, because she's a spender. She likes to spend money and enjoy life. She also wants somebody who will take care of household chores. That's right, someone to take care of household chores. So my thing is, I love to wash dishes. Growing up, I hated dirtiness in terms of roaches. I had roaches growing up, and now in my own place, I despise roaches and ants, because those things are hard to kill. But I love to wash dishes. I also help with the laundry. My wife does the most of it, but recently I did the laundry, and I folded it too. Most of the time we'll fold it, we'll wash it and put it in the basket, and when it's time to get clothes, we have to go search through the clothes, which takes more time. If I took the time to wash them when they came out of the dryer, it would be more efficient with my time when I need to go find something, because it's in the drawer or in the closet or somewhere where I know I can find it quickly. And she wants somebody to take out the trash, of course, keep the apartment clean, clean the shower. So those things are important to her. Acts of service are important to my wife. So make sure that's a priority for your spouse or your significant other. Find out what she values. Talk to the fellas. What does your spouse value and what does your significant other value that you can something you can tangibly do for her to make her feel better and value. And lastly, she said she wants someone to take care of her and the children when they are not feeling well. Right now, as of today, my oldest daughter, Naomi, who's 7 years old, she had the flu. In fact, my wife, I took her to work this morning. After that, I took my daughter to the doctor's office to get checked, and they did a swab of her nose and results came back that she had the flu. So my wife, she valued that I took care of my daughter while she was working because she is a nurturer. Women, I think, naturally are nurturers, and men have to work at that maybe. I'm just generalizing. Maybe right, maybe wrong, but in my opinion, I think women are more nurturing than guys. Again, just generalizing. But my wife cared about that I cared about our daughter. I could have been distraught. I was distraught actually because I don't want my daughter to be sick, or I don't want any of us to be sick. But I could have said, well, I'm not gonna take care of her. I'll let you take care of her. I know you gotta work, but I gotta run my business. No, I didn't say that. I would say, all right, I work from home. I'll take care of my daughter while you go to work downtown Greenville. So again, I took my wife to work. I came back to take my daughter to the doctor, and then I worked on my business after the fact. So I think those are 5 qualities that every woman wants in a man. The qualities are, again, work ethic, being family oriented, spending quality time with her, making her feel valued, doing household chores, and lastly, caring for her and the children, if you have children, when they're sick. Which of these 5 things do you need to tackle? Do you need to do in order to enhance your marriage and your relationship? Maybe just start with one. Hone in on that one, master it, and then go to the next one. It's not meaning that you're perfect at doing these things, but I think they can elevate your marriage, your intimacy in your relationship, talking, communicating with your spouse, making her feel valued is very important, guys. And on the flip side of that, how about ladies? Ladies, maybe you can switch it up and make your guy feel valued too. It's a win-win, whether it's about the woman or the man. Whole point is you want to work together as a couple, if you're married, to make this thing for a lifetime. And if you want to be married, take notes, apply these principles, and your relationship will increase in value because your value, talking to the guy here, the guy will add value to your significant other, your lady. If you like these tips, please subscribe to the channel. The Coins, Cashflow, and Conversation podcast is a weekly podcast where I talk about money, business, and life. Today, talking about life, y'all. Marriage, in order to enhance the relationship between a man and a woman, especially if you're married or if you're dating and you want to be married. Hopefully these tips can help you in your relationship as well. If you need help with accounting taxes, that is, tax season is around the corner. Make sure that you get your taxes filed today, or not today, but in the future. Be prepared for having your taxes filed. That's what I should say. And give your tax preparer all the documents that he or she needs to get your taxes filed. In fact, if you need help, contact me today at dakotagrady.com. And if you need help with your personal finances, I got you covered too. The website again is dakotagrady.com to get resources. And I got 2 things for you. Get a copy of my book, Broke, it's behind me, on my website at dakotagrady.com. And if you want to get a journal, which has my logo on it, DG, the Money Coach, you can send an email to me at dakotagrady.com, and I'll get your information and send you the price for the journal and get your copy. So lastly, if you want to learn how to get more income for your business, how to raise capital in your business, maybe you're struggling, you can't get a loan from a credit union or a bank, go to my website, go to the accounting page and click the drop down for a free resource on creative ways so that you can raise capital in your business. This is the Coins, Cashflow, and Conversations podcast, hosted by Dakota Grady, and it's also sponsored by Upstate Essential Solutions. Hey y'all, thank y'all for joining me.